Hashtag Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. Claude killed my startup when the platform becomes the competitor. Apple's product launch begins next Monday, but where is the spark? Huawei joins the Linux Foundation's Agentic AI group, open source as a strategy, and AI chats, subpoenas, and school violence. Privacy and protection collide. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. A San Francisco founder said Anthropic's Claude didn't compete with her startup, it erased it. In a report carried by NDTV, the entrepreneur said that as Claude's capabilities expanded, it absorbed the core functionality her company was built around. And once that happened, her product became redundant. This wasn't a slow decline, it was a rapid model evolution. The company had built on top of a large language model, something many entrepreneurs are doing. But when the underlying foundation improved, it incorporated similar features directly into the base system. And when the platform can do what you do at scale, differentiation evaporates. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Just today, I watched somebody use Claude to analyze OpenClaw. I'm sure you've heard of it, the agentic framework that has exploded in popularity, but also raised serious security concerns. This person then rebuilt a custom version from scratch. A task that had taken weeks of developer time, even using these tools, was replicated in an afternoon. Think about that. You're not just building on top of software anymore. You're integrating with an intelligent competitor that can examine your product, understand its architecture, and generate a functional alternative. Now, Sam Altman has warned that startups building thin wrappers around foundation models are exposed unless they create something the model providers can't easily replicate. User interface polish isn't a competitive barrier. Prompt engineering isn't either. Even workflow logic may not be a barrier to competition, especially from an AI model, for very long. You're not just renting compute. You're partnering with a platform that can decide to eat your lunch. And now it has the cognitive tools to do that faster than ever. The lesson here isn't that Claude killed a startup. It's that the AI economy, your infrastructure, may also be your most capable competitor. Tim Cook has confirmed that Apple will begin unveiling new products starting Monday morning. According to reporting from 9to5Mac, this isn't a single keynote. It appears Apple plans to stretch announcements across several days, a launch week rather than a launch event. The publication expects updated iPad models, including a new iPad Air, and refreshed Macs, including updates to the MacBook Air and the latest Apple Silicon chips. Other outlets have speculated about additional hardware updates and even the possibility of a lower-priced Mac, although nothing beyond the staggered rollout has been officially confirmed by Apple. So yes, new hardware is coming. But this feels like a scheduled refresh cycle more than a defining moment. No new product category has been announced. No major reveal has been teased beyond the incremental updates to existing lines. Apple's strength has always been integration, polish, and patience. That formula has built enormous loyalty. But in a market currently driven by rapid AI shifts and dramatic platform announcements, a multi-day hardware refresh feels, well, procedural. The products may be solid. They usually are. And I'm hoping to eat my words. But right now, I'm just not feeling it. Huawei has joined the Agentic AI Foundation, a global standards effort launched by the Linux Foundation, alongside companies such as OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and Microsoft. According to reporting from the South China Morning Post, Huawei and Lenovo are the first Chinese firms to join the foundation, which is focused on advancing open standards for agentic AI systems that can plan, act, and execute tasks autonomously. This is not a marketing alliance. The Agentic AI Foundation is working on open technical frameworks for how AI agents operate, including interoperability standards, shared evaluation methods, governance structures, and common architectural approaches. In practical terms, this helps determine how AI agents communicate, how they're benchmarked, and how they integrate into enterprise systems. And that matters. Standards bodies shape procurement requirements, compliance rules, and technical compatibility. If you help define how agentic systems are measured and deployed, you influence how the next generation of AI infrastructure is built. China has used this approach with AI. It's released open weight models that have gained traction globally. Now Huawei is participating in the open standards layer, the governance and architectural level. In a fragmented tech world, open source and standard bodies create neutral ground. So if you can't dominate every market commercially, you can still help define the technical rulebook. And in the long game of AI and telecom influence, shaping that rulebook may be just as powerful as shipping the product. This week, we saw a reminder that your AI chats are not automatically private. According to 404 Media, the FBI subpoenaed X to obtain Grok prompts that were allegedly used to generate non-consensual, explicit images. The case shows that when law enforcement has the right legal process behind them, AI prompts can become evidence. At the same time, Axios reported on another example of chat transcripts being used in geopolitical and political investigations, reinforcing that AI conversations can be discoverable and consequential. So the idea that the prompts disappear into a black box, not quite. And here's where the story gets complicated. Earlier this month, OpenAI confirmed it had closed the account of a teenager after detecting troubling content. According to published reports, authorities were not notified. That teenager later carried out a school shooting. The incident has triggered questions about when AI companies should escalate threats to law enforcement and what responsibility they bear when warning signs appear inside chat systems. And that's the collision. On one side, we're seeing a public backlash against surveillance, age verification, data collection, whatever. Users want privacy. They want companies out of their conversations. On the other side, when harm happens, especially involving kids or other vulnerable people, the public expectation flips. Why didn't someone intervene? Why wasn't this flagged? Why weren't the police informed? AI companies are now sitting in the middle of a contradiction. How much monitoring is too much? How little is irresponsible? It's a big topic, and it's just one of the things we'll be covering this weekend when our Project Synapse panel looks at This Week in AI. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers full-stack networking infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular to leading enterprises. Working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, manage deployments, and run support. It's a single integrated solution that scales from branch offices to warehouses to large campuses to data centers. Book a demo now at meter.com/HTT. That's meter.com/HTT. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a fantastic Friday.